Hi, my name is Mike Biesiada, and I'm interested in studying the impact of the Dodd-Frank Act on the financial markets. And I want to talk with you about how this relates to corporate governance. So let's talk about a case study. As you can see, the chart on the lower left-hand corner shows the stock market price of Lehman Brothers leading up to its collapse in September of 2008. Most scholars agree that the failure of Lehman Brothers set off the last financial crisis. In fact, it was the fourth largest investment bank at the time of its collapse. So what did its corporate governance look like? Well, 9 out of the 10 directors were retired, and only 2 had current financial sector knowledge. And why is this important? Well, think about it in these terms. Let's say you're going to the doctor to get a surgery. You would like to think that that doctor has been through continuing education within the past year. And why? Well, this is because it makes you feel comfortable, like their knowledge and skills are up to date. And the same should be true for boards of directors. So what was the end result in Lehman's case? Well, most scholars agree that a failure of its corporate governance led to exceeding internal risk limits and developing exposures to subprime lending, commercial real estate, and structured products. So what are the research unknowns? And where does my study fall within this puzzle? Well, I'm interested in the role of executive compensation, which has actually been studied for many years. But what hasn't been studied is a comparison between the real estate investment trust and industrial firms. More specifically, I'm interested in the market response both before and after the implementation of the Dodd-Frank Act within the framework of corporate governance. So what does the research literature have to say about this topic? Well, the chart on the lower right-hand corner was produced by the Economic Policy Institute, and it shows how closely related CEO compensation is to stock market performance. So the question remains, is CEO compensation solely based on shareholder returns, or do other metrics tell a better story? And does the Dodd-Frank Act have any impact on firm value within this context? These are the types of research questions that my study aims to address. So what are the practical implications of my study? Well, I believe it will be useful for various market actors, to include congressional representatives that may have to craft legislation in the future to deal with market malfeasance, institutional investors such as pension funds, insurance companies, and endowments that ultimately have to invest in the markets, and finally, boards of directors and trustees that are ultimately responsible for overseeing the operations of these firms. Thank you very much.